rise over the last decade. As many of you know, India has transformed significantly from 3G, 4G, 5G, and we are one of the fastest. We have had one of the fastest 5G rollout with 5.2 lakh BTS and almost 400 million customers today, 40 crores, and the estimates are by 2031 we will reach 1 billion people using 5G. And you know, this 5G has obviously enabled unprecedented opportunities for every person in this country. And all of this just didn't happen by accident. You know, there are many countries, but why only in India these things are happening, especially over the last 12 years. So these are all not accident, but these are the result of Prime Minister Modi ji's ambition. It's not just a luck, it's a leadership that enabled it. Whether it is redefining the adjusted gross revenue of TSPs, removing spectrum usage charges, rationalizing bank guarantees, all of these collectively enable TSPs to go and invest across vast network, 5G network. Not only that, you know, from our own side, working with other governments, whether it is right of way, permissions, enabling efficient spectrum utilization, surrendering, and enhanced protection of these telecom towers, creating digital Bharat Nidhi, wireless licensing reforms. You know, all of these thoughtfully have been thought through very quickly, and even today, whenever we meet Modi ji, it's always about what else can we do to this country, what reforms can we do, how can we transform our telecom entire network security, everything whatsoever. So in that process, obviously 6G is coming. If you know that we have a target of around 10% of patents want to be in the 6G system. And many of you might ask, you know, why those goals are, like whether it is 3GPP standards, why we want to be that 10%. Because this being in standards is, you know, not just about national pride or paper statements. It's more about economics. Economics gets decided. You look back, long back, you know, whether the South Korea, when they entered into these 3G, these standards, that's when the companies like Samsung, right, LG have taken the entire system. That's how they became the global leaders. And it is the same story for us as well. You know, being in the 6G standards will fundamentally get you into the architecture of how these products are, whether it is a mobile phone, everything, you know. You will define the architecture and economics of the country and large companies. That's why we have a defined target of around 10%. And obviously, in our department, you know, Sindhya ji has been there as an investment banker, worked around the world. He understands how the companies operate. And myself also came back, you know, being in the United States for 25 years, building some of the best companies from bootstrapping. We understand how practically things work at the ground level. So even, you know, every area we have taken, how can we simplify and enable the environment for private players, whether it is a startup, TSPs, or ground level contractors, in every manner you can think about it. For example, even in the 4G, you know, obviously TSPs will deploy their 4G, 5G towers in wherever there is a techno-commercial viability. But in all the remote places, right now almost 35,000 villages are being connected with 4G towers. These are all far-flung areas, forest areas, environmental issues. There are environmental issues. So we work with so many state governments, contractors. We take monthly reviews. We enable every opportunity to get that connectivity into that village. And if you look at BSNL provides large number of towers in rural villages. You know, we replaced almost 50,000 batteries, power plants, so that every tower actually works. You know, if you take in Andhra Pradesh, we used to have an uptime of around 80% 1 year back. Today it is like 90 to 95% uptime. So these are all the things we're doing, not just like ministers or anybody. This culture of working, culture of practicality, culture of understanding ground reality is what is happening at the ministry. I want you to all appreciate and know how, from the BSNL, CMD, ministers and everybody are working. And not only that, you take the Bharat, high-speed internet for every village. We have finished most tenders there, and even there, working with the BSNL authorities locally, and how we can take that network, existing network, and really make sure that $17 billion that we are planning to spend on BharatNet to connect almost 260,000 gram panchayats, a huge success, because once you get this high-speed connectivity, every area, that's when, all your towers will get fiberized, whether we call 5G, 6G will work even better. So this is the kind of work culture and strategic shift. We're bringing that mentality of how private organizations work to work in the setting of government as well. So, and we're seeing significant changes. And even the quality of service, whether call drops, everything is being monitored or being adjusted in real time. Security aspects, whether you take Sanchar Sathi, financial fraud risk indicator, there is a huge data analytics team, digital intelligence platform that is working closely within the government to drive safety and security as well. And you look at TTDF, right? Especially for any type of cutting edge technology that people who are interested. Earlier we didn't have this kind of startup technology, but now with the TTDF, we have almost 500 crores there. We have given money to 130 startups. But even if you can get 20, 30 really good companies out of that, I think it's highly valuable and good for the country. And for manufacturing, equipment manufacturers, the certification deadlines have been, reduced, and if we don't give certification by certain time, they're deemed given in certain period of time. And whether you look at the AI Summit or IMC, the reason we do all of that is to build a momentum in the country so that people understand that there is a strong leadership, what we want to, take India forward. So these are all the things I hope you understand how the government is working. And for everybody who is sitting here, you look at 12 years ago, right? 12 years ago, India was merely a market. We were never a maker, but now we are a maker. And today, 12 years ago, we did not have this indigenous equipment, whether it is 4G, BSNL. 12 years ago, we didn't have these many deep tech startups. And 12 years ago, we didn't have this 5G. So this is the story. I mean, this is not just about either one government person or one individual. This is the story of engineers that who believed that India could build world-class technology. This is a story of startups. This is a story of policymakers, and this is a story of our entire nation deciding that we would no longer sit at the table as a guest, and we want to be the leader. And going forward, we will continue to work on this, and I want to promise every startup, every incumbent and every research, we are with you. We are there to support, to enable you. And at the same time, we request, we need you, we need your ambition, we need your speed, and we need your refusal to settle so that we can build at least, 2 or 3 companies that are, if not better than LG, Samsung. And I wish you good luck with ET and everybody for being part of this. And thank you for inviting me to this important conversation. Thank you.